Well, hello, girlfriend. Have you ever wondered what are the four types of introverts? Well, we're going to get to the bottom of this in today's video. We'll see you on the other side. So I am so excited to share with you the four different types of introverts. And we are going to go over each type. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about a LinkedIn poll. And I'm sure you're going to be interested in knowing how people identified themselves. So let's do this, shall we? So let's talk about the four types of introverts. And when I think about the four types, I wanted to highlight three folks because I got this information from them. They use what's called the STAR model. And the STAR model was created by Jonathan Cheeks and two graduate students, Jennifer Grimes, as well as Courtney Brown. They are the ones that actually created this. And the STAR method is an acronym for the four different types of introverts. So the first type would be the social introvert. And this is an introvert that is introverted, but in a social way. So these are folks that seek solitude, but have a low-key type of activities. It made me kind of think about just really me and when I think about myself. You know, I love hanging out with family. I love hanging out with close friends. I am more social in more of a small and quaint type of atmosphere than I am in larger gatherings. I can do it, but I know that if I do a larger gathering, that I'm going to have to give myself a lot of recovery time because it's going to really deplete my social battery. But the thing about it is I know that going in, so I make sure that I plan things that allow me, like if I do something social, maybe on a Tuesday, I know I probably wouldn't do something social again, maybe until a Thursday or a Friday, just to kind of give myself that time to actually recharge. It also is one of the reasons why I created Network Like an Introvert, which is an in-person local event that I do every second Thursday of the month here in Mobile, Alabama. It was just to give the local introverts that are entrepreneurs an atmosphere that would really allow them to first and foremost expand their network with other like-minded movers and shakers in the area, in addition to also giving them a safe haven for them to actually network in a way that really feels good to them, which is in a more small type of environment where they still can interact. My goal when they come to the event is for them to meet 3 to 4 people, but it really allows them to be able to connect and really expand their networking prowess. Because at the end of the day, you know, when you're out of leads, you're out of business. And it really is important, even when you're introverted, to make it a point to network and get to know people to further expand your reach, as well as build collaboration partners and referral partners, but do it in a way that is really conducive to being an introvert, which is small and intimate type of setting. So that was one of the reasons why I did that, for the folks that are somewhat social. And then for those that are not necessarily social, but want to really come out of their comfort zone, and they know that they can further develop their social skills by putting themselves out there, but it's putting themselves out there in an environment that really allows them to thrive. So that is the first type of introvert. The first letter of the STAR model is S, and that stands for social introvert. So now we're going to talk about the next one, which T, which is the thinking introvert. And they're more self-reflective and they daydream a lot. Now, when I was thinking about this, I can relate to this one as well, because I can remember just here recently, I was at church on Sunday, and I happened to be a greeter, and I was in my head. I was really, I don't remember exactly what I was thinking about, but I'm sure I had that resting introvert face where it looks like I was mad, but I was like really into whatever I was thinking. And fellow introverts can definitely understand that when that happens, but that's what I was. And I had someone to come by and say, "Girl, smile." And I was just like, I was in my zone in my head. So I smiled, but I know that's a common thing, that people think that you're mad, but you're just having a moment inside your head thinking about whatever you're thinking about. And that's what I was thinking. I can't tell you exactly what it was, but it was juicy. I will say that. And that's probably why my face was just like, oh yeah. But they didn't know that that was what was going on. But a thinking introvert is definitely someone that daydreams. They think a lot. So if you're thinking, are you that type of introvert? I know that's definitely a quality that I share, that I have in my introvert spectrum of personality and temperament. So if you are one of those folks, that the T stands for thinking. Another one, the A part of the STAR model would be the anxious introvert, which means that they're more awkward around people and they're not very confident in social settings. And when I think about the anxious introvert, I think about possibly somebody that happens to be shy but is introverted as well. And I wanted to say it like that because oftentimes people think when you're introverted, you are shy, that all introverts are shy, but they're not. So when I think of the anxious introvert, that is what I'm thinking. They are going to be the people that will want to hang out. Well, they'll be at a networking event or even at a party, but they will be along the side and they're somewhat nervous to interact with other folks. They would do better just kind of hanging out on the beach by themselves or with a small group of people. But for those that want to step out, that are looking for ways to, rise above that being anxious, the only way that you can overcome that is to actually put yourself out there. So again, if you have settings similar to what I was talking about in the network like an introvert type of Meetup, if you have settings that are conducive to introverts, that would be your safe haven to kind of work your way through that and to make it be a little bit easier on you, and then be around some people that are going to help you and know that you're not alone and that they're there to support you in your journey of, coming out of that. So think about that. If you are looking for those type of environments, by all means, check out different social gatherings. I'm sure those type of things are on LinkedIn and Facebook, that they have those different gatherings that would allow you to step out. And if you don't have those gatherings, let's talk and then we can come up with something and possibly find a way for you. So we did the S, which is social. We did the STAR, which is the thinking. We did the A, which is the anxious. Now we're going to go to the last one, which is the restrained. This is the last type of introvert, and the restrained introvert operates at a slower pace. They think very deeply before they speak and that they act. And I think I have some of the restrained aspect of it too, because I know here recently I was working on a blog post for my website, and it took me about a week to do it. And it shouldn't have taken me that long to do it because I had AI to help me. So I kind of had the framework. I was just kind of going back and forth on how I was going to set things up. And when that happens to me, sometimes I get mad at myself. It's like, come on, Inga, just do it. That I'm overthinking and taking all of this time, but I know that's just a part of my process. And I just have to allow it because for whatever reason, I was going through that. And I know that after I did it, I really was excited about the final copy. So if that's what I had to do to get that creation to come about, then I guess that was just my process. But I just wanted to share that so that if you have that, again, there is no right or wrong way to being introverted. I believe that we all probably have a unique blend of all four of these traits that I'm describing. I don't think there's just one type of introvert that you're only thinking or you're only anxious or you're only social. I think we are a unique blend of all of them. And it really just comes down for us to kind of figure out where we are, and wherever we are is the right way to be. I want to say that too, because I don't want you to feel like you have to be something that you're not, because you are wonderfully and fearfully made by the God Almighty. So just rock it. Just rock your uniqueness, whatever that may be. Rock your unique temperament. And one of the things that I did was I actually did a poll about this on LinkedIn a couple of months ago. And it was really interesting to see what the outcome of the poll was when it came to people sharing what their temperament was, which one they related to. Because what I wanted to find out was what was their dominant temperament of the STAR model. So it was very unique when it came to the different percentages of what the folks were. And I'm going to share that with you here. So I wanted to actually show you the poll that I did. So what I was asking is, what type of introversion best aligns with your dominant temperament? Because like I said, we're all a unique blend of all four of these. And it was 38% really felt like their dominant temperament was being a social introvert. 31% thought that they were thinking introverts, and then 31% thought that they were anxious introverts. And ironically, in the people that responded to the poll, it was 0 folks that thought they were restrained. Now, as you can see, it was only 13 people that actually voted on the poll. This poll ran for about a week. But I just thought that was quite interesting. I did get some feedback for some folks that were saying that they really didn't know about the different types of introverts, and they've got value from the poll. So I was really excited to hear that from the people that interacted with the poll. But that is what I wanted to ask you. How do you identify? Do you identify as someone that you think is more of a social introvert, or a thinking introvert, or an anxious introvert, or the restrained? Because like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. You're probably a blend of all of them, depending on what's going on and situation that you're in. And we want to hear from you. So share that information in the comments below. Share this video with 3 people and let them know more about being introverted. And even those that are not necessarily introverted, that may be extroverted, they need to know too, because it's going to make it easier on us for people to understand what we're about. So thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.